Okay. Hi, Robert. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Melaida?
Good. Well, it's 2024 now. So, I'm here to I'm actually honored that you've asked me to be part of this session to do Robert's recap of 2023.
And I appreciate being here. Thank you for being okay with interviewing me today.
Oh, absolutely. I'm like I said, I'm grateful that you think that um I'm worthy of interviewing, I guess you could say. Anyways, so yeah, let's talk about 2023. Let's go into, workplace mental health. What trends did you see in the past year?
Yeah, well, thank you for starting our conversation off with with the question around workplace mental health. And I've had a wonderful
Absolutely.
opportunity to present many workshops on
Hmm.
the subject of workplace mental health in 2023. And
Yeah.
here are the trends. Here are the trends.
Okay.
Um, People, and this is just based on meeting people in the workshop. So
Hmm.
one segment, one segment of the population. Uh,
Hmm.
People seem to be um, uh, uh, it's the subject of workplace mental health seems to be a new topic, continues
Oh.
to be a new topic for people.
Hmm.
People continue to seem very uneasy and uncomfortable with talking about mental health and
Okay.
not up to speed as to the difference between mental health and mental illness. And one of the
Oh.
more one of the most significant trends is lack of action. Like
Okay.
after these presentations, people
Hmm.
not coming to me or emailing me days later to say, "Hey, I'd like to have another conversation with you. How can we take action on this here in my workplace?" So
Okay.
overall, it seems like a lot more work needs to be done with people's degree of comfort and action in taking action on the subject of mental health in the workplace.
My mind was going when you were talking about that. So do you think that the reason why there was no action, do you think it came from the higher ups? Do you think the leaders are saying, "Well, stop, this is not a priority"? What do
Well,
you think?
what I found in the presentations that I delivered, which included both frontline staff and the leaders, um, uh, if there was a barrier to taking action, the most common reason for not taking action, people were leaning on their EAP programs or their employee assistance
Oh,
programs in the workplace. And that
right.
was their way or their answer to justify that they are taking action on workplace mental health by letting myself know as the workshop facilitator that we are doing,
Hmm.
but these things are delivered through our EAP program.
Oh,
So
isn't that interesting?
where I was coming in from the perspective of EAP is a body unto its own. What can
Hmm.
we own? What can we own as a people, as a group, as a team, and
Right.
as a unit of people? What can we do as a team to
Yeah.
address better mental health in the workplace? So
Hmm.
again, the barrier to action is that people are proclaiming that they are taking action, and it's being accommodated through their employment assistance program. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of variation between EAP programs or employment
Right.
assistance programs, to my
Hmm.
knowledge.
Yeah.
And my sense is they might not be as individually targeted as people believe them to be.
Hmm. Well, so when I think about, because I've actually accessed through my past work experience the EAP programs. So that's more, like personal individual program, isn't it? From what I know.
Um,
So
well,
yeah,
it's a like a healthcare service, you know,
yeah, yeah.
for many. for many,
Yeah.
but it has its standard service modules or
Right.
service areas, and you can
Mm-hmm.
pick and choose
Yeah.
which that's my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Even in the experiences that I had many years ago when I was
Mm-hmm.
employed, I remember having to choose off a list.
Mm-hmm.
So people are confident that that's meeting their needs. I think it's all
Yeah.
about, at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know,
Right.
you know?
Yes.
And so I
You're
come
right.
in and I say, well, beyond that, let's have a conversation
Mm-hmm.
about everyone's about mental health in the workplace amongst all of
Yeah.
you,
Yes.
amongst the people in the room. And how's that working
Yes.
for you? How's that
Yeah.
working for you? You know,
Yeah.
are you getting
Yeah.
your needs met? Are things
Yeah.
happening within the team that you know, has you feeling excited about addressing better mental health in the workplace?
Right.
So that's, you know, the alternative is the team can own it rather than
Mm-hmm.
sitting back and saying, hey, I can access services through
Mm-hmm.
EAP and I'm good to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And that might be, again, people's comfort level.
Yeah.
There, that's what it's there. It's
Yeah.
not quite there yet.
Yeah. 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 So that's where I was going with that is the EAP is more like the individual, whereas, you know, when we're talking about workplace mental health, we're talking about the environment, the team, right? The everybody. That's where I was going with that is like so everyone is thinking, okay, the EAP is sufficient enough. However, we're looking at, well, how can everybody in the workplace as a whole support each other for
Yes.
everyone's mental health, right? That's what I was thinking as you were like talking. That's exactly what I was saying. So to me, it's like there's a disconnect there, and the leaders, the corporations aren't seeing what you and I are seeing. Isn't that odd? Wow.
And we're seeing it simply because we're in front of people for the purpose
Yeah.
of facilitating a workshop or a presentation. So
Yeah.
people are being asked to come to an event and
Right.
sit in front of us. People who aren't going to talk about
Yeah.
EAP and talk about
Yeah.
ownership, the team ownership of better mental
Yeah.
health in the workplace. And
Wow.
I can see in my experiences that they lean on the EAP program. They
Mm.
don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. And yet it's to me, I see it's not enough. EAP is not enough, which
Yeah.
is, that's unfortunate. So, with that in mind, what kind of challenges are you seeing with mental health in the workplace?
Um, what kind of challenges?
Yeah.
Yeah, what concerns me is that there's
Mm,
still barriers to the conversation. And
mm.
and these barriers um, uh, do not seem to be very different than what was during COVID or pre-COVID. And
Oh, yeah.
the barrier is people's level of comfort with just starting the conversation and then holding
Hmm.
the conversation. So
Right.
there's something about vulnerability. There's something about vulnerability that people are just not prepared to do
Right.
or to embrace,
Hmm.
specifically in the world of work. And that there might be a context there within the workplace that suggests
Hmm.
this is not where I choose to be vulnerable. And so
Yeah.
I'll keep those matters private. And I've
Yeah.
heard again through the workshops many comments around I I tend not to ask people how they're doing or you seem like you're not
Yeah.
yourself today. I wait for
Yeah.
people to come to me. I wait for people to
Hmm.
come to me. So
Hmm.
that whole idea that I'm not here to impose on people's lack of readiness and openness or willingness. I'm not here to invade people's lack of or
Yeah.
non-readiness to talk about it. And that's not my
Hmm.
place. That's not my role here in the workplace.
Right.
Yeah. So I summarize it by saying vulnerability is still, there's still a wonderful, a high element of uncomfortableness with that in the workplace. I don't know why I
Oh,
said wonderful, but it's
oh,
yeah, I can observe that in the workshops.
wow. That's that's unfortunate. So how do you think we can, like, what needs to be done to break those barriers down?
Well, I don't have one answer for that.
Mm,
And I'm not sure I know uh, 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 well, I know that I don't know all the answers, right? And and I don't want to say how important it is for people like you and I and others to
right.
continue to be out there and, at the forefront in front of people and speaking about it. I don't want to say that that's one of the answers because we know that that's one of the answers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
uh, um, I suspect that continued crises, is that the word?
Right.
Or many crises
Yeah.
um, that will take place, unknown
Hmm.
to us now in 2024, will
Yeah.
prompt action. So uh, good things will happen in the next few months and over the next year that are out of our control.
Right.
Will come about through events that are outside our control. And I think
Hmm.
a lot of good will come out of that. So what
Mm,
some of the solutions are, I don't know. But I know
yeah.
it was a very unsettling 2023 for all of us.
Yeah.
And uh, much good has come out of it in terms of our own resiliency and our own abilities to work through many challenges that we might never have thought we are capable of at the beginning
Yeah.
of 2023. So
Hmm.
I see
Hmm.
that continuing in 2024. A lot of good will happen. What that will look like, I'm not sure. But events that we don't know of yet that will take
Yeah.
place, that will jolt us, um, good will come out of it. Good will
Hmm.
come out of it. And through those events, we'll learn more about ourselves and our level, and we may even learn about better ways uh, to address mental health and to get
Hmm.
comfortable with vulnerability. So
Wow.
let things play out. Let things play out.
Yeah. Yeah,
See
for
where it
sure.
goes and how things play out.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Wow. One more question. When we're talking about the market these days at job searching, there seems to be a lot of, frustration. I mean, I'm seeing it myself, just on Facebook, a lot of people trying to look for jobs, and there, companies wanting to hire and yet not hiring, and yet employees trying to find jobs. What's going on there?
Um, you know, I'll have to share with those who are watching today. I'll have to share with you that
Yeah.
2023 wasn't a great year for my business, and
Mm,
as a result of that, I too have been job searching,
mm,
and I too am experiencing many of the frustrations that I hear from others. And it's my belief, it's only mine, it's my belief
mm-hmm.
that coming out of COVID, employers are in a hurried mode or want to hurry up and bring the workplace back to normal and
Right.
continue to sustain it in a normal way. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
many workplaces are back to normal, but how do they
Mm-hmm.
continue to sustain that? And one of the best strategies that they can use is not to get all caught up in the conundrum of getting in resumes interviewing
Yeah.
a lot of people and trying to find the right person. Better yet, I
Mm-hmm.
can leave the initial screening process to technology, and they can sift through all the resumes and pump out resumes
Yeah.
that look good, and then I can quickly interview a handful of people and get the people I need in place ASAP, so I can continue to sustain some normalcy in my workplace. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking employers to take a deep breath and slow down
Yeah.
and turn off technology, turn it
No
off,
kidding.
and allow
Mm-hmm.
and print off those resumes
Yeah.
and make a few initial calls to people and maybe do
Mm-hmm.
some pre-interview screening conversations, because there's some
Yeah.
phenomenal people out there.
Yes.
Their resumes are getting lost in the
Mm-hmm.
technological systems that
Yeah.
sort out good resumes
Mm-hmm.
from the not so good resumes. And employers are happy with that, because the
Mm-hmm.
quicker that they can move the process along, the quicker they can keep their workplace um, functioning,
Yeah.
in that normal mode that
Yeah.
was not necessarily that wasn't at their disposal during
Yeah.
COVID. And the victims are us,
Yes.
people, you know.
Yeah.
I'm my
Wow.
I'm not well versed on AI, but I
Mm-hmm.
hear how that may now be used as another piece of technology
Yeah.
further benefit the employer's needs
Mm-hmm.
around filling
Mm-hmm.
roles, filling positions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that I
Wow. That's
applied in the past year and a half. I've applied to close to 80 jobs. Now that in a year and a half, that's not a lot, but they're very relative to my skill set.
mm-hmm.
And I understand that I take responsibility. I haven't implemented the strategies that I believe are the best strategies to secure an interview. I get it. I get
Oh,
it.
okay.
But the strategies that I've used, they've only translated into 4 interviews in a year and a half. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Out of
no,
80.
yeah,
Ooh.
no feedback from people or
Oh,
companies, no communication back, not even an appreciation for submitting a resume.
yeah.
Not even, hey, we got your resume, we're
Mm,
gonna hold on to it. There's something coming up in 6 months. Can we get back to you? Or here's my name. Make sure you call me in 6 months. That
yeah.
human connection.
Yeah.
That's work, and that work takes time, right? Away from keeping your workplace in that normal, high functioning way that
Yeah.
employers need to see going on every day.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
interesting. Here
That
I am
is.
as a career counselor, and I'm
Yeah.
having challenges finding work. The
Wow.
irony,
That's
the irony of it all.
yeah,
So
I'm really baffled because I am seeing, employers, I'm hearing it. Oh, we can't find the right people, or they can't find, the positions filled. And then I see the other side where people are looking for work, and I know they're good people. Yeah, I'm not understanding it at
So
all.
that
Yeah.
that may support my point that
Yeah.
employers are quick to hire
Yeah.
and employers are quick to quit.
Yeah.
And again, the employer needs to be quick to hire. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
cycle of bringing in not the right people, because
Yeah.
employers are in a hurried position. They're in a
Yes, right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, to fill spots
Wow.
and put
Yeah.
warm bodies in place.
Mm-hmm.
And based on uh, uh, what's the word? Maybe a sense of things,
Right. Right.
that this could be the right person, versus
Yeah.
slowing the process down, making it more
Mm-hmm.
human, adding a more human element.
Yeah.
If it takes a bit longer to find that right person, that person's going to stay.
That's what I was thinking. It was like if these employers just put the time, especially to connect, with these people, they're
Well,
gonna find the right one, even if it takes time. But that's an investment, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
you said it much more eloquently than me. So that was
Oh,
awesome.
thank you. Wow. Well, what a 2023 there for you. What plans do you have going into this new year?
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm just going to stay on Zoom with you forever. I'm not going anywhere.
Have these great conversations and you
Well,
know, yeah.
it's I'm still figuring that out. And I want to thank my wife Sharon for
Oh,
always supporting me during those
yeah.
periods of time that are like shades of gray. They're not black and
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
I'm still in a
Yeah.
shade of gray trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
The Christmas holidays were definitely well worth or truly contributed to better mental health.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the act of just going out to play, being in
Mm.
play mode, um,
Yeah.
just fired up a whole new energy. And
Yeah.
it, you know what? It had me thinking that maybe my problems aren't really that big. Because when you're in it, it's always
Yeah.
a big problem. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But just the
Yeah.
act of playing more shrunk the problems into something that's manageable that I can hold in my hand. So,
Isn't that the truth? I found that too with me during well, not even during the holidays, but when the kids are off school, it's like if I can step back, that the moments that I get to step back from all that craziness and the problems and just enjoy, because the kids don't know, what's going on. All they see is me and auntie, mom, and just being happy, and because I enjoy their presence and their energy. So just like this today, I'm enjoying your presence and your energy. So it's great. It's wonderful for our mental health. Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
and and
Awesome.
and you know, more play in
Yes.
2024, more play. And
Yes.
I'm in 2024, I might be less inclined to talk about mental health and more inclined to talk about we need more fun at work. We need more play
Yes.
at work. And
Yeah.
through that, people's mental health will improve.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
what happened to me over the Christmas holidays. Just more
Oh,
play, uh,
yeah.
shrunk some of the problems into a manageable mode. And I said to myself,
Oh,
I think I'm doing pretty good managing this. And
that's awesome.
it's okay to not be okay, or it's
Yeah.
okay to not know. And
Yeah.
so I hope everybody takes advantage of more play in
Yeah.
2024, both in work and outside of work. You bet.
Yes, yes. And I wish all the best for you for 2024, and hopefully you find work too.
Our
Thank
work,
you.
our work finds me.
Yes, yes, that's right. Yes.
Well,
Thank you very
yeah,
very
you
much,
bet.
Robert.
Thanks for everything. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.